We can start. All right. Hi guys. You're welcome to this week's sync. So I checked and each of the pairs are represented. So it means you guys are going to take the demo all by yourselves. Okay. All right. Let's get into it then. Anyone who is ready can start.
Yeah, I'm ready. I will share my screen.
Okay.
Okay, so I will start with what is visible. So on the website, when you are a new user and you create your very first list, you have like a message being displayed. You are being redirecting to the list page, and you have now a message that is being displayed to help you start adding your first item and to show you how you do it. And when you have another list, it's going to display a more specific message because you already know how to use it. So it's just say, hey, now you can start adding. And that's it. And when you already have an item in your list, you see your item being displayed. So now the code.
Sorry, before you go to the code, I didn't quite
Yes.
understand the part that had the little screenshot. So what's the difference between the first list you created, which is breakfast, and then the second list, which is new list? I didn't quite understand that.
Okay. The difference is for the user. When you create your very first list, you don't know how to use the app yet. So you have the screenshot showing you how you're gonna add your first item and how you can, and to say that you can choose when you will purchase it. When you create a second list, you already know how to do it. So you don't need this demonstration, and you only have the link, the button that redirect you to manage list to add some item.
Oh, I don't think I saw that part when I did review. And I just
Let me see.
checked your
You
demoing
have
for the
this.
local host.
So now, so I have two lists now. So I don't see the very first message, but I have this one now because the list is empty. And I can click on it and I'm being redirected to the manage list page.
Sorry, can you do it on the hosted link? Do you have it available? So I'm
It
trying to
says,
find
oh,
what I saw during the code review and then this particular one.
let me see. Uh,
Oh yeah, that's it.
okay, because you saw something different.
Yeah, kind of. I didn't see this.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is the home page, and then you click on
Yeah,
breakfast, you're in. Okay.
and you already have the item. So it's showing you the item.
Oh, okay. So it means there's no screenshot on the hosted link, deployed link, right?
There is one if you are a new user. Let me show you again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you sign in. Yeah, creating a list.
And here is it.
Oh,
Because it's the only list you have. So we are assuming that if it's the only list you have, it's your very first one and you don't know how to use the app yet. So
Oh,
then we display a bit more information.
oh, okay. All right, I see the difference now. Okay, all right.
Is there any question?
Yep, I can see the code now.
Okay. So so what we did, we simply added some checking and if on our lister page. So if the data length is equal to null, so if there is no item in the list and if there is one list, then we display a message to add the very first item. So that's when it's your very first list you are created. Then if you still don't have any item in your list, but you have at least one list, more than one list, then you have another message being displayed. And if you have some item, you have the part where you can search and search through your item and seeing the list of items.
Nice.
And that's it.
All right. It's a nice implementation. Now the user knows what to do when they land on the app for the first time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Everything.
Yeah. Is there any comments or questions from anyone as regards the tickets? All right. All right. Then we can move on to the second ticket.
Okay, thank you. So let's start by sharing the screen. Okay, and here we go. Okay, so for this issue, we had to have the ability to mark an item on the shopping list as purchased, so the app can learn how to buy different items. So the functionality, we are on an empty list and we start by item and item. Okay. And now we can see that our item has an input checkbox accompanying the item, which is labeled as mark first item as purchased. If we look in the Firestore for this item, which should be here. Okay. We see that the date last purchased is null because it's been just created and total purchase number is 0. And when we mark the item as purchased, which disables the checkbox and visually shows that the item has been purchased, the Firestore entry is updated with the date that we mark the checkbox as purchased, and the number of total purchases has been increased by 1. So that would be the functionality. And if you have any questions, just stop me and we can get to them.
So,
And for the code,
yeah, so I wanted to, could you show us the uncheck functionality too? So it's supposed to be unchecked automatically after 24 hours.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay, so if we delete this, okay, we see that the item is checked. If we delete or change this date, for example, let's say that it's been bought just 1 day earlier, we see that the checkbox is unchecked. And if we check it again, the date is updated and the number of total purchases updated as well.
Nice.
Okay. And for the code to implement this, starting on the list item component, this is what we had, the list item with the name, and then we added the input. So the input is a checkbox. It has an unchanged function, which is update purchase, to which we give it the list path and the item ID. We'll get to it next, how this works. And then it also has the properties checked and disabled, which are dependent on is recently purchased, which is a Boolean that we are passing as a prop here to the component. Okay, and then we have the label with the semantic label. And it also has a class name, the item, which is dependent on the is recently purchased Boolean, to add a CSS class, which will strike through the word and change the color. So is recently purchased, as the name indicates, is a Boolean on whether it has been purchased on the past 24 hours or earlier. So how is this implemented? In the list component, we are passing to the list item component the is recently purchased prop with a function, which is was recently purchased, which I'll show you now. And the update purchase date prop with the update purchase date function. These two functions are here. Was recently purchased. It starts with a conditional to check whether the item has recently been created, because if it has been recently been created, date last purchased would be null, so we return false. And otherwise, we use the utility function is more than a day ago with the date last purchased to check whether it has been 24 hours or more since last time it was purchased. This function is in the utils, in the dates.js in the utils folder, and it's this one. We are just checking that the date, we're contrasting the difference between the date that we are checking and the date that was stored in the Firestore database, and seeing if it was more or less than a day ago. If I'm going too fast or is there anything that's not clear, just ask questions, okay? And finally, we have the update purchase date, which is the function that will update the Firestore database, to which we are given the list path and the item ID. And this function is stored in the Firebase document, and it's this one. So we get the list collection ref. From the list collection ref, we get the item document ref, and we get the document. With the document, we can check what was the number of total purchases, because we are going to use it to update it. And then we update the document to input the new date and increase the number of total purchases by 1. And that's the code for the functionality.
Nice. So I wanted to ask, the is more than one day, the other function you're importing from the utils folder, was it there before, or you guys wrote it for the ticket?
Yeah, this the date
Like 18.
file had the get future function, and we implemented the is more than a day ago function. This one we made ourselves.
Okay. That's really nice, because JavaScript dates can be very tricky to work with. So it's really nice how your implementation is so flawless and it works very well. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is there any questions or comments or whatever regarding the ticket? None? All right. Well done, guys. Your code works very well, and it was very easy to follow when I was doing the code review. The code was very straightforward and easy to understand, so, which is a very good thing. It makes it easy for review. All right, so Right now, we are going to go ahead and do our repo. So I'm getting the link for anyone that doesn't have access to it. This is it. Okay, so George, you didn't do the first retro with us, and I guess
Yeah.
you're already conversant with it, right?
Yeah, but I can continue. Yeah, I can
Okay.
try.
All right.
So, I will share the screen.
So usually we'll take some time to go and fill it out for those that weren't able to write their own before the meeting. So it can take like 5 minutes to fill it, and then we'll come back and take the retro.
Mhm. Yeah, in the docs we have like 10 to 5 minutes, more or less. Sorry, it's from 7 to 10 minutes. But if we finish, because we are not, I mean, not many people in the call, so if you finish before that, simply in the chat put done, and then we know that when we all are done, then it's time to go and review it.
Mhm.
So let's share the screen. I guess now you can see it. Yep. So the idea is that each of us put one item in every column, ideally, okay? And in every item, we put from 1 to 3 points, okay? That's the proposal, okay? You can put more items or less, but yeah, ideally one item per column, and in each, sorry, one card per column, and in every card 1 to 3 points, okay? So I have a timer here, so maybe we can start right now, okay? And then we wait maximum 10 minutes. And I will be checking the chat if we are done earlier, okay?
All right.
Okay,
Okay.
let's go then. 1 minute and a half to go. Okay, time's up. I want to stop it. Ah, here it is. Okay, that's it. Okay, so shall we start with the appreciations, right?
Yep.
This one is, it was, I think, the first one that was added. I don't know. I guess it was the one who created this board. It was you, Chiamaka, who added this,
Oh no.
or Elite?
Not
It's
from me.
probably who?
Probably.
Elite. Okay.
Maybe Viviana or Judith.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, I think it's Viviana. I checked on the entry and it says it's from Vivid.
Okay, perfect. Let me see. Here it is. Yes, Vivid. Correct. And okay, what's next?
That's me.
Chamaka?
Yeah. All right. So for me, appreciation, I would like to appreciate the Collabis for your hard work, even though the tickets are getting, more complex and everything, you're still showing up every week and finishing and making your PR. um, you know. And then shout out to the mentors too. They're always checking in. How are they doing? Are they doing fine? Do they have any problems? Reviewing the code and all. Even though you're making it very easy for us, we don't have to do much, but yeah, it's still nice. So yeah, I appreciate every member of the team, basically. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, Borja?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank the team and the mentors for the effort being put towards the project, and I really appreciate that everyone is available through the week on Slack. And if there is any problem, we are always constantly communication, and that makes the experience really nice. So thank you everyone for that.
Okay, thanks. Next, it's me. I wanted to appreciate especially Judith and Viviana for the office hours meeting. It was super funny and very good. And if Judith was here, I wanted to say again that German is difficult, but this is just because I didn't know she was German. And I said that German, I mean, who wanted to learn German because it's very difficult. So, and she said, oh, that's good because I'm German. So I said, okay, okay. Yeah, it was funny. Okay, Celine.
So I wanted to say that I really appreciate how everybody is taking the project really seriously, and it's really make like to feel like really working on a project together with other people, and everybody is involved in the same way and takes the project as serious as the other one in the team. And I really appreciate that. So thank you.
Great. And Elite?
Team successful tackled challenging tasks and overcome obstacles together. Thanks for team. Demonstrating resilience and teamwork in the face of the adversity. Good team, actually. I'm happy.
Very well. Okay. Now, going to the what went well column. So, Chamaka, you were the first.
Yeah. So for me, everything went well. The ACs were met. The app is taking shape and it's working very well. We don't have any stubborn bugs, and we have a few technical debts, and that is not even by the Collab's own making. It was just, I'll blame it on the tickets not being explanatory enough. So yeah, our app is working well. So we don't have any issues as at now. Yeah.
Okay. Next, Celine.
Yeah. So communication and teamwork went again very well. So it was easy to communicate with everybody in the team to plan the session, to work in pair programming, and to keep in contact after the session to like make the last adjustment and prepare the PRs.
Okay. Next is Borja, please.
Yeah, I think that the team communication was as smooth as ever, and we fulfilled the timeline. So almost everything, yeah, most of everything went right. Yeah.
And next is me. That I just wanted to say that the functionality is working very well, which is, as Chamaka said, now it's starting to get more difficult because we are advancing a lot in the project. So it's great to see things progressing very well. And Borja, last you added something important.
Yeah, I also added that, yeah, we got through our first match conflict, but it's half went well, half could improve because it's also a problem that happened because personally, me, I didn't add the push the merge earlier than it could have been done. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, then the best column of all, the what could be improved. So, Celine, you are the first.
So yeah, we start to see things that we would like to get for the app to get better. Like we start to see some things that are not that should not be here, or some behaviors that should not be this way. And so we start like talking about it, but we have no place where we are like writing everything down. So maybe we could have this place to list other issue we are seeing so we can work on them on the last 2 weeks.
Okay. Okay, so maybe we have there an action item, but I think we can go through the rest of items. Okay, we don't forget this one. It's just that I think that here we have a possible action item, but let's go through the rest of the items so then we can uh, uh, address all the action items in a more broad way. Okay. Next would be Chamaka.
Yeah. So for me, Celine and Judith, they called my attention to something when they were working on their ticket. So basically, now that we have authentication on the app, there is a disconnect between what can the signed in user see, what can the signed out user see, what's the landing page like when you're not signed in, what's the landing page like when you're signed in. So there's a mix up there. And I know that the last cohort, we made a lot of changes. You guys are basically the first set of people that are doing authentication. We usually did just local storage last cohort. So I think I'm going to take this back to the mentors committee. We need to make that navigation tickets more explanatory, like who is supposed to see the home navigation, who is supposed to see this navigation and all that. So that can be improved, but it's not within our team. So I'm going to take it up. And then another thing within us, our team, that I think can be improved is, so this week, obviously, about that date ticket that Borja and Viviana did, I was a little bit concerned. I won't say concerned, but um I was mindful of it somehow. So during the week, I would check in on Slack to see how it's going. But when I didn't hear anything, I went to your threads, your parent threads, and nothing was there. Nothing. So I was wondering what is going on. How are they fixing their meetings? So I'm seeing you guys under what went well. Communication is going smooth, communication, but you guys are cutting us off. We are not part of your communication.
Yeah, our bad. We were communicating through the direct messages on Slack, and since we were programming and meeting in person, but it's what you say is very right, that we should be doing that direct communication through the thread. So there is a you can follow what we're doing. Yeah. Totally right.
Exactly. So that we can read it and be like, oh, okay, they're meeting. Oh, okay, they had this bug. Oh, okay, they fixed it. That kind of thing. It helps us mentors to follow along, when things are happening. Yeah, but apart from that, everything is moving well. As I said before, we don't have any issues at all. Yeah, that's it from me.
Okay. Next, Borja.
Yeah, in the same vein of what Celine was commenting, I'd like to have a defined way to implement refactoring, because, for example, with this PR we've just done, as I was preparing the presentation, I saw some things that I would like to change, because for example, there are some props on the list component that we are passing, but they are not being used. So this was a problem that we didn't solve while doing it. It's not a problem, but it's bad code. So I'd like a way to be able to change this problem that I've encountered, because as far as I know, the last issues that did something like this happened, we said that just okay, on the next issue you can fix it. But wouldn't it make more sense for us to have a way to refactor the code, or if there is something that we should change but it's not part of an issue, how to change it? Yeah.
Okay. And Chamaka, you have another one?
Yeah, I've said it already.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I see it. Okay, and then this one is mine. It was the PR that was not merged due to resolved conflicts that Borja already mentioned. So what I have noted is that we as a team could have realized about that a little bit earlier. I think it was a little bit late Saturday that we realized. Okay, no big deal. It's just we could have realized about that earlier. Okay, and also that I think that then we need to just agree. This is not to blame anyone. It's just to agree on this. That when you are doing the PR and it's approved, then the people that are assigned to that issue must check that this arrives to production. Okay, that the pipeline is executed and you can see it in production. Also, I think that I think we are quite vigilant on the topics as mentors, but this is just as usual. We can always improve. We can always improve on this. Okay, again, no big deal. It's just I think that always can be better. And also one thing, and in fact, this was one topic in the office hours, because that was on Wednesday, and I told them maybe it would be right if we foresee that there's going to be conflicts or problems, that we discuss this. And we said that maybe the weekly would be a good place to discuss this. And coincidentally, merge conflict happened on this week. So yeah, I mean, we have already stumbled upon this problem. Okay, so from this, I see the following possible action topics. We have um, the one from you, Chiamaka, which is using our channel threads for communication so others can easily follow along. Okay, I think we can all agree on that, okay?
Yeah.
That's super clear, I guess. Then, regarding your topic, Celine, we start to notice to get improved, so to have a common place to list the issues. What if we use the backlog for this? What do you think?
Yeah,
I
that
don't
could be
know.
that. Yeah.
Chiamaka, Elite, or Borja, yeah.
Okay, like when we notice something we want to do, then we can create the ticket beforehand, right? Where is the backlog? The backlog is on GitHub, right?
Yeah, so here in the, oops, sorry. In the to-do, I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess we can do that.
So the thing would be use the to-do column of the project board to put uh, improvements, things that can be improved in the app.
So that's basically creating issues for it, right?
Mhm. Creating issues.
All right.
Okay.
When we'll do this task, for example, somebody create some task on the issue, some create issue on the GitHub. When we will implement this task after 2 weeks, 10 weeks, or maybe we can add more tasks to each week.
I would add as they happen, no?
Yeah, as they happen. It's just a way of remembering, so it doesn't skip them. So example, this navigation issue we're having, you can just create a ticket and then put as much description as possible so that you can just remember. Then the last 2 weeks, we can then look at every fixes that we need to do and then divide it and delegate it to people. We can start from there.
Mm.
What do you guys
Okay.
Selling and Borja?
Yeah, that sounds fine. Since we are going to be working on the already existing issues until the last 2 weeks, we can leave it for the end. Yeah.
All right.
Mhm. Okay. So this one, I think it's you mentioned Chiamaka. You wanted to
Yeah.
take this to the mentors.
Yeah.
So can we put this as an action item
Okay.
of improving the navigation history
Yeah, navigation tickets.
and this security? No, navigation tickets to the rest of the mentors. Something like that?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Then define way to implement refactoring in case we notice issues after completing a PR. Can we do the same as we mentioned for the selling comment? Use the to-do column?
Yeah. I think that solves it.
Yep.
Yeah, sounds good. Borja, Celine,
Yep.
yeah,
Sounds good.
okay. This already you addressed this, Chamaka, in your first. And for this one, what do you think? What could be the action items? I only see a clear action topic that something that I think it's actionable if we include a point in the issues of the weekly to review if there are possible conflicts, discuss the possible conflicts if they can happen.
Yeah, so
What do you think?
I think within the two pairs, there can actually be a communication. Like if a pair is working on a particular issue that is affecting the other pair, I think the communication is best had between them. Because if we want to leave it for office hours, then they are probably done with the tickets even before office hours. Office hours is around Wednesday, Thursday, and sometimes they finish their tickets on Tuesday. So I would say let the communication be between the two pairs. Like if you want to give a placeholder, hey, my ticket is going to handle this for now, please use so and so that by the time I merge my PR, it will take care of it, that kind of thing. I think it would be best serve us if it's between the two pairs working on the related issues.
So resolve the future merge conflicts as they happen between the two pairs
Yeah,
with async communication message.
yeah. And of course, they can always escalate any issue to us if
Hmm.
it gets serious.
Okay, so resolve the future merge conflict as they happen between the two pairs in an async way. Yes. If necessary, ask for help to the mentors to solve the conflicts in a timely manner, I guess. Because in the end, what we want is that the functionalities all work, and this happens during the week, which is before Saturday, like everything gets solved and it's ready like on Thursday, ideally. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we want to add to this retro?
Nope, that's pretty much it from me.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you very much for the retro. I think it was very productive. We got some good outcomes. And yeah, we can go to the next topic. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
I share my screen now. Mm, Can you stop your sharing, John?
Sure. Done.
Okay. Our first task is, as a user, I want to be alerted when I am entering an empty item or an item that's already on my list. Summary, users shouldn't be able to add an empty item to their list or add the same item twice. If they try to do this, we need to show them an error message that explains the problem. This way, we will prevent some clutter in their list. Acceptance criteria, show an error message if the user tries to submit an empty item. Show an error message if the user tries to submit a new item that's identical to an existing name. For instance, if the list contains apples and the user adds apples. Show an error message if the user tries to submit a new item that matches an existing name with punctuation and casing normalized. For instance, if the list contains apples and the user adds apple or apples, comma, or uh, apples like that, you can give an error message. The user original input is saved in the database. Note, there are a couple of ways to approach this task. If you are not sure how to begin, ask your mentors for advice. This task is worked with Celine and Viviana. Are there any question?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you need? What do you mean with the user's original inputs is saved in the database? The first one, like the first one is adding Apple, or every input should be added in the database, even if we.
User or mm, actually, first input you must be stored in the database, and second tries you can search from database because first instance we already stored in database. You can search from database for searching. Okay.
Mhm.
Sorry,
But
I was
is it
thinking
not
of
already the case? We are already storing the input of the user in the database when they are adding item.
so I
Yeah.
can call
And
light on that.
yeah, we search from database actually.
Yes.
I open code base and 1
Hello?
minute. Yeah, you can speak.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening to my audio. So I wanted to say that, for example, if you added Apple all spelled to the lowercase the first time, and then you send it, tomorrow you come back and then you decide to add Apple in capital letter.
Mhm.
So obviously you're going to check in the database, do I already have Apple? And then if the answer is yes. So what it means by user's original input is saved to the database is you're going to leave as is. You're going to leave the small letter Apple that is already in your database and then reject the capital letter Apple they are trying to send the second time. Do you get?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it means.
Okay. Are
Okay.
there any question? Oh,
No, that was it. Thank you.
okay. And as an item, I want to estimate next purchase date to be computed at the time my purchase is recorded in database, so the app can learn how often I buy different items. In order to advise users about when to purchase things, the app needs to be able to calculate that guess and store it and future dates. The calculate estimate function from the shopping list utils module will help us know how many days in the future purchase should happen. In order to use calculate estimate, we need to know how many days have passed since the time item was last purchased. You can use calculate estimate function. And accepts criteria. When a user purchases an item, the item's next purchase property is calculated using calculate estimate function and saved to the Firestore database. Uh, Date next purchase is saved as a date, not a number. Dates get dates between dates functions is exported from util states JavaScript and imported into the API Firebase JavaScript. This function takes two JavaScript dates and returns the number of days that have passed between them. Notes. There is some notes on Firestore dates, calculating between JavaScript dates and calculating next purchase dates. And while working Firestore dates, Firestore returns date as a special object called timestamp. You will need to convert the timestamp to a JavaScript date in order to work with it and complete this feature. The timestamp object has a toDate method. You can use this and calculate the time between JavaScript dates. Comparing JavaScript dates into tricky. All data objects have the get time. You can compare with get time. To calculate next purchase dates, the shopping list uses model should already be installed in your project. This model exports the calculate estimate function. This function accepts the three arguments: previous estimates, days since last purchase, and total purchase. And calculate estimate return the whole number, indicating a number of the days until the user is likely to make their next purchase. Are there any questions? This function, these items completed from Judith and Borja.
Yeah,
Question?
so to calculate the date next purchased, we need, can you scroll down, please? Okay,
Yeah,
we
there's
need
a
the previous days in last purchase, okay, which we can calculate from the date last purchased, the total number of purchases, and the previous estimate. Where are we getting this from? Because I don't think it's part of the document in the Firestore database.
there's objects already have this fields. 1 minute. And I can your 1 minute. I can.
So are you asking about the Collab Lab module?
Oh,
Actually,
me?
Yeah, you.
I'm asking about the get previous estimate parameter that we're passing to the calculate estimate, because I didn't see in the items any property that was previous estimate, or rather what I'm asking is how do you calculate the previous estimate?
you
Oh,
already have this field actually.
yeah.
Find yet.
Yeah.
Uh, in the
So you can click
total
on
purchase of
items.
days purchase, there's another field. You can also store the total purchase.
Elite,
Uh,
you were on the Firebase console. So you can click on items to see the added items.
yeah, this one.
Items by the right, top right. Yeah, there. Then click on this.
Yeah, actually. Let's purchase that you already.
We have date created, date last purchased, date
And
last
total
purchased,
purchase.
total purchase. We don't have the purchase estimate. So I think it's part of what you're going to calculate. Let me see this.
I'm fine.
Date next purchase. Calculate estimate.
Purchase dates, last purchase dates.
Previous estimate, a number. The last
Uh,
estimated purchase interval. It since last purchase, a number. Then total purchase, a number.
Yeah.
So it's
We searching previous estimate, we know that. Days since last purchase, uh, we know that. Total purchase, we know that actually. You already have it. Purchase that you can calculate, and last purchase and total purchase they already stored.
so from
And
what
how
I
how
understand,
did we get the previous estimate? Sorry.
it's part of what you calculate, from what I
Ah,
understand.
okay. So we'll have to figure it out. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
part of what you calculate.
Okay.
User, create list, share, add item, update item, and add item. Item type days until next purchase. Yeah, we add item. And we add this document, data created, date last purchase is null now. And you can call the function or retrieve from user and calculate this late, and then get future days until next purchase. Actually, you can use this. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, guys. I stop my share. Yeah.
So Borja, if you during the week you go through it very well and it's still not clear, you can revert back and then we can figure it out together. I think
Okay.
that's
Thank you.
actually like the main functionality of this app, being able to know when they purchased the lot, when they are going to need it next. So that's like the main feature. So please get back if you need help. All right. So do we have any other thing to talk about? Any outstanding? I don't think so. All right. Okay, nothing. All right. So see you guys on Slack. If there is anything, please reach out to us and use the threads so that we can follow along. All right. Yeah, have a good week ahead and bye.
Same.
Bye.
Have a nice
Nice
week. Bye.
evening.